Hi friends, welcome back to our home. It's pretty spooky around here. Not really creepy or scary. I'm not into that. Norm can do that kind of stuff outside. We hope you've had a fun month so far, decorating and baking and whatever you like to do, crafts, things like that. I don't find much time for anything but decorating and working on the videos. I'm hiding today behind a mask. For one thing, you'll see it more when I get to the shadow box behind us. It is a vintage mask, nice and comfortable. I hope you can hear me all right because it's just nylon. It's not, plastic. This is a nice little, maybe rectangular tablecloth that we found for Norm to use in one of his windows in the past year or so. Can't remember when, but I just got the bright idea that, wow, I wouldn't have to fuss over makeup or anything if I just hung that over the mirror, and it would probably be a very fun effect against all this orange over here. I decided to still use some leftover cats. Believe me, these were not out in the window. There just wasn't room enough for all my crazy Halloween cats. And you know I have black and pink and orange in my pink bedroom, so they go very well in there, and that's why I chose them in the first place. I thought it would be nice to put together the bittersweet slag pieces that we have, which is not a lot. If you start over there, the one with the funny poofy, I don't know what you call these. I don't know if there is anything that's even real that is like these. They may be very fake type of idea for Halloween. I don't know. Usually everything they make in faux floral is styled after something real, but I never thought to look them up. I think they're very fun. I also bought several years back some of the stems or bushes in a more muted orange, and I had used them more for Thanksgiving or just fall. But these are really bright on top, the top ones, and I liked using them all the time for Halloween decorating. So we have this skinny vase that is footed in the bittersweet, and this very tall one. It is quite light on the bottom, and it was like, what did I get it for, like $20 or $25 it could have been, which is so cheap because it is very, very tall. We got that when they were selling off their inventory at Big Dogs. We haven't been there for a year or two now. This one my brother gave me. I was thrilled. It's really, really unique. Nice big fat bottom on it. And then I believe we purchased the candy dish. Norm likes butterscotch. So I've got some other weird things over here. You've seen my beaded pumpkin over the years. I think I lit it. Yep, it's lit. But it looks like I still need to do some more candles. I'm always forgetting to light some of the candles. I get distracted. Hold on. Got a couple more here. Okay, it was a couple little brass votives that I found many years ago. And I don't know if I've done this before, but These, I thrifted a bunch of these bases that are spider legs, of course. I thought they were for cupcakes. I might be right, but for some reason somebody showed them with a big votive on them. I think they were selling them like that. I thought, really? Well, I guess you could use it for that too, but it just seemed more fun to use a cupcake or something like this. So I do have a bunch now because I found a couple more this year. I'm quite late as usual. I had so much fun thrifting this year. It started in August with Goodwill and even Legacy Thrift. They all had Halloween stuff out, so I made quite a few trips with Norm. We had a lot of fun and found a lot of new things. So I've been wanting to try to get a lot of those thrifting videos out. They seem to do better than my home tours. So I'm late. I guess there's some times where I just don't really have the ambition to start a home tour. It is very putsy. The thrifting videos are easier. Yep. I put a spider in that vase because I wasn't going to use any flowers in something that tall. And these are all the bell spider ornaments that I found over many years. This one is the only one that's glittered. Quite fancy. Oh, here's another one here. I did find a new one this year, and I don't know if it's probably this one. Yeah, I think it was that one. Yeah, I was pretty surprised. So I don't know if you've seen that thrifting video yet. That's just it. I've got so many of those videos to do that you're going to be seeing some of these things after I'm showing you in our decor, but that's okay. Since I only used the poofy bouquets in 2 of the vases and put the spider in that one, I didn't really have anything for this except try using a neat battery candle that I bought 6 of last year on Amazon. So I could put 2 on each side of the big shadow box in the living room where we have double candle sconces, and then 2 on the fireplace. So it worked out well getting 6 of them. Here's the other brass votive. I haven't polished them for several years of having them. I love these newer tea lights, battery tea lights I've been getting on Amazon because they're sculptured. They're sculptural, drip looking, like they are real candles. I really like those. And they seem to be brighter. Over here is some very old ones. Well, they're at least 2 years old, and they have an orange flame. I mean, it is as orange as the reflection, not the actual flame you're looking at. I tried to get more of them this year. I searched and searched everywhere on the internet. Nobody had them, and I think I got them at Spirit World, 1 package. And I was very surprised when I got them home and lit them up that they had this deep orange flame. So whenever I have searched for tea lights, I've tried to find ones that have a very bright light in either a warm tone or they'll say white. There's quite a difference. Depends upon what you want to put them in. So my winter ones, the little glass votives that have painting on them, I like the very, very white lights in them, not yellow. That's just my choice. So let me explain again about this beaded pumpkin I found many years ago. It is too small of an opening in the bottom to put a little tea light under it. It just won't go in. So I have it sitting on an old lucite candle holder with a votive in there, sitting in there. So it's resting actually a little better up off the hole underneath it. It's just enough to get it up off the tea light, because they won't go in. So I was trying to figure out something to lift it up, because way down on the other end, I found a new beaded thing. I can't remember where I picked that up. Yeah, it's really crazy. So I'll tell you all about that when we get down there. I decided to put, I had a cardboard container, whatever you call a spool. That's the word I want. A spool from several years ago of tiny, tiny ribbon that I had needed for that Hypnotique perfume cat. That's why I bought it. So I thought, why don't I dress up these two cats with, give them just a little Halloween bow. So there's always all kinds of goofy things to do, last minute crazy things, like working with all these cats. These are a pair of Taiwan plain white cats that I decided to get at the Goodwill. I hope you can see the eyes. They're really pretty, marbled orange or streaky orange. Yeah, cat eyes are kind of neat, you know, when they've got the slit like a real cat eye, but it's kind of hard to find stuff like that. Trust me, I've spent hours looking for just the right glass eyes that I could use on a set like this. So yes, Norm just got them sprayed. It's going to get cold very soon. These are kind of fun. They actually have a little white dot at the top of the glass eye. The other pair did not, but these were the closest I could find to match up for these two cats. He did a good job spray painting them. Some of you may look at comments. I got a comment yesterday, someone requesting me to please not paint the cats. I wrote back as nice as I could be to explain that that's the little Taiwan sticker on the bottom there, that the ones that I found were very inexpensive. They were just white, no eyes. Well, they may have had an eye painted on them, often blue. And I wanted them for Halloween cats. I don't think I'm damaging anything very expensive. I think people would find these just as nice if I decided to give them to the thrift store someday again. If I decide I'm not going to be making any videos anymore and don't have room for some of these. I also thrifted a second pair, and they were also Taiwan. And they were really ugly. They were fluffy looking. They were white, but it was a very thin glaze on them. So they left the eyes looking like, kind of like bisque, dull. And a lot of the fur came through as dull. And trust me, there was nothing pretty about them. So I left them there several trips. I had been to one of those Goodwill stores in our neighborhood, and they hadn't sold, so you'll see in a late video that I finally decided to get them. And I had Norm spray paint them this bright orange. I can show them to you. I didn't display them out here, just not enough room. And I needed, of course, black to pop from all that orange behind it. I'm debating on these cats to spray paint them. made in Taiwan. So yeah, I love the texture on them, so I think I will break down and get them today. I looked at them maybe a couple times and didn't do it, but I think I will today. So here's how they look now that they're painted a very bright orange. It is called Real Orange by Rust-Oleum again, and Real Orange comes in a gloss. So that's what we like to use on these ceramic pieces. Again, Norm did a very good job. It can take longer for the gloss to dry. Anything that is shinier, the longer it seems to dry and the more it can smell. But it was pretty tacky free in a couple of days, and it was pretty cold out when he decided to do this for me. So I was happy to find in my new purchase, it might be a little hard to get these real clear and focused. Now these are a little more green, and I picked these two sets because they were much better than a brown look or a more of a golden color. Just didn't pop. So I do like a little more green on them. I think they're really cute. And again, the bottom sticker does say made in Taiwan. So I think they're much more fun than the original glaze. So this is the other crazy thing, beaded, I guess we'll say a pumpkin man, since it's black and orange. It had a paper-like or felt, very thin, papery felt hat. And it was very frumpy, abused from packing away. It was glued on, so there is some residual glue on the pins, but I didn't care. I will find a hat someday or make something, but you know, you can find stuff like that probably for crafting. I had to peel it off. It had a little leaf, silk leaf on it, and I don't know if it was just a feather. I don't know. It was two things on that hat. So yes, I believe he's meant to be a pumpkin man, and he fits a battery votive under him just fine. I think it's really fun to light those up so they glow. Oh, you know what it was really inexpensive for what you were getting, because an entire string of white mini lights were stuffed way up inside of him. Well, I don't want to plug them in. No. Yeah, he would glow a lot more, much brighter, but that's just not necessary to me. I think he's cute just the way he is. So temporarily, I just put that light on top. And you know, I could even just cut a round foam disc and glue it on the top of his head, and then set the battery on top of that, and he would look like he has a hat on. But I didn't have time for that. Just too many things I'm doing, too many things. So I hope you think that is something fun. I have a crazy jack-o'-lantern, funny, spooky jack-o'-lantern mask on. Yeah, it's a 1987 Hallmark mask. Big teeth. So I thought, well, this is kind of fun. I don't have to put any makeup on and get this video done. Yeah, I know you've been waiting for a long time. I sure appreciate your patience. I'm pretty sure you've already seen my video where I thrifted this great big leaf plaque. Yeah, I just love it. It can hang the long way too, because there's another hook right there, and the other one's way at the top that I'm using on a top nail. So it looked very nice out here until I got the crazy idea of hanging this up. So it's crowded my leaf and kind of spoiled the idea of that, but it's certainly not a spooky thing. So let's see what's on the other side of the room, and you'll be able to see my mask more in the other mirror. This is quite different over here. This rack is newly added. It was in the basement, but if you recall, we shifted all kinds of furniture around because of that keyboard. And I missed having hooks out here. Years ago, if you've seen our old videos, we had a heavy industrial looking mirror in black metal, dull black metal. It was just a mirror, but at the bottom of the mirror there were many pegs for hanging things on, and I always had fun with that. I've had this vintage tie made in, was that Hong Kong or Taiwan? There you go. Made in Hong Kong. I've had this tie for years. I just love old stuff like that. And I've talked about over the years how it was usually at Arc, which I don't go to anymore. They closed the one store that we were so close to, and it was so convenient, and they had so much stuff vintage, but this was years ago. But whenever I went there, I would find beautiful scarves. Look at the, I don't know if you can see the shine on these, and I do wear them when it starts getting cold, and I put on, I've got a leather jacket, black leather jacket that's got a lining for it, so it's pretty warm. I tend to want to have a little something decorative around my neck, or actually I'll leave it on the outside and let it hang down on the outside just for decoration. So this one was really neat. I just want to show you a little of it if I can. They were typically $1.49 for these scarves. Yeah, I don't know what all you can see on this one. Oh, there's a little purple on it. And this one is very fun. There's purple on that too. Purple and bright reddish orange or red. Maybe it is red because Dracula there. A lot of different things on that one. But here's what it says on the bottom. This is a 2000 scarf, and maybe they did one every year. I don't know. I've never run across another one. But this one is silk. This is real silk. Very pretty. Ghost. Bat. Cute pumpkin. And a scaredy cat. I don't know if I've got a tag. Sometimes I get tired of the tags. Do you ever do that? Well, you can just tell the difference. This is a completely different feel. But I do wash them. I just wash them on gentle with Woolite Dark. And I've had no trouble, of course, and I got to iron them. But these polyester ones, they come out just beautiful. So I have scarves for every holiday. One night, I got to thinking, oh, why don't I see if we can hang on one nail screw up here? I should have painted it black. One screw that we've had up for these big heavy pictures that I've had out here. and see if we could find something. So of course I did look at Amazon, and I wanted something sweet and preferably black. Let's see what color. I think this was black, but Norm spray painted it for me because it wasn't done real well, and I think it was flat. I may have had him use satin Rust-Oleum 4X spray, is what we use all the time and everything. I get that question a lot, but often it'll still turn out pretty shiny, even with satin. We tend to just buy the gloss for spraying the cats or other ceramics. They had all kinds of them. This one was spread way out, which I thought was really nice. It wasn't very close together hooks and heavy looking, or the hooks didn't stick out. A lot of them, the hooks stuck way out, and of course they would tend to come in black or white, and I wanted black because of that. Yeah, I've shared this little old leather, real leather purse with you. There's probably a tag inside that says, is it made in India? I'll have to look later and tell you. But I've had that out, you know, on that old mirror every year for many years, and I thrifted it too. There actually is a face on the other side, the same too. So I was happy to find that cute little purse. So I thought I would dig through my jewelry, and decided instead of bringing owls down, that I would bring down a couple of my cat necklaces. So this is very sweet with green eyes. Yeah, I thought he would be fine out here, and I've doubled up on the chain on this one just for hanging purposes. I've had them both for many, many years. So that's also very sweet. And this is a newly thrifted, beautiful necklace. I thought it looked old-fashioned, kind of Halloween. Isn't that great? It was just so simple. I've been, you know, collecting jewelry for, I'd say, 25 years or more. Most of our marriage, probably, which is 50 something. Did we just have our 55th? Yep, we just had our 55th. So let me light the candles over here. I didn't want them running constantly. I'm trying always to save on the batteries. Oh, but first let me show you what's on the door. I forgot, kind of jumped ahead there. This has been out on the shed. It's old plastic, possibly a Burwood owl. I can maybe stick in the date there somewhere in the video. I just fixed it up because it got so faded and dull being outside. I mean, I didn't probably have it out all year long. I can't remember, but I'd often put it out for fall maybe on the shed and on a side that doesn't get the late afternoon sun. So I repainted the eyes. They were not orange. They were just all black. And I believe I painted the beak. I don't think it was much of anything. Maybe it was gray. I forget. But anyways, I did work on it. I put a little bit of orange. The leaves were green, but not much. There wasn't hardly any color on this owl. The white was there, but I added the orange on it, and I made his feet, talons, more yellow. And then Norm spray painted him with the clear coat, crystal clear coat by Rust-Oleum again. Yep. So I think he's looking pretty handsome now. I like more color and I like to emphasize eyes, as you know. So I hope you think he is fun. Norm and I both like this skinny little book rack that we ended up not really needing downstairs anymore for holding a monitor on the top and a keyboard underneath there and miscellaneous books that he was using this for, because we had to take out a larger one, very similar, and put that in the basement instead because of the keyboard, kicking that out of the living room. I love my metal book racks and I wish they could be shown more, especially the bigger one that is now down there. But what can you do? You can only have so much room for things. But see, I'm the one that tends to think of spaces like this. Norm doesn't have his mind on those kind of things. He's typically just saying, well, what are you going to do with that now? I always say, don't worry, I'll figure out something. It's really nice for one thing. This covers up the vent on the floor. And please forgive the fact that I've left our rugs out here. I just washed them. We have to have rugs out here this is where we come in from the garage. And Norm's in and out all day long. He loves being outside. He's just out there constantly working, even when it's cold. I don't know how he does it, but I'm so glad that he likes working outside. He's done a wonderful job cleaning up the yard as usual. Yeah, I'm very grateful. But anyway, sorry to linger on this for so long. You know me, I enjoy chatting about things. The adorable gnome on the bottom is one of Marla's pieces. It's the bigger gnome. She also did 2 smaller ones that Donna sent to us. Thank you, Donna. So I did have Norm spray paint it with the clear coat again, because I think it's just so sweet. And it goes a little better. I thrifted that fun yawning or whatever goofy jack-o'-lantern in St. Croix Falls a couple years back at least. Very fun. I was shocked. Really cheap. And that's one of my very fun drip glaze planters. I thought I should put a couple plants out here because I consider this a plant rack now. So I'm going to enjoy having mostly plants on it. So I've had these 2 fun ones looking up, so it works wonderful. Having them out here, I thrifted both of them over a period of a couple years in between before I found a second one that I was pretty sure had a different grimace face on it, and I was right. Now this, I'm going to take it out and show it to you. The little owl that you saw me thrift for $2.99 at Unique Thrift Store not too long ago. Let me grab it. I found one left of this cool grass that's started to turn orange or brown, and I just love it. Most of the grass picks that I've purchased like this are green, so I was really happy when I went over to Michael's and found some of their leftover black foliage is what I was looking for, and they had one of these, so I was really happy to find that. All I did was add eyes onto this adorable little owl planter. I'm thrilled. Very happy with it. Yes, it's new, so I didn't paint anything on it. So I thought he'd be a cute little addition down there on that rack. So on the top shelf, I wanted to bring the scarecrow in to look at him longer because he is just so cute. He's so old looking. He's very heavy. Yeah, I don't know. Where did I find him? Yeah, well, we explained in the window, fall scarecrow window. We had him in there, so I just thought he was adorable. Oh, and I took another one out for the dining area, another scarecrow that I had thrifted. So yeah, I twisted Norm's arm to get this guy, and luckily I was able to fit a little plastic trick-or-treat bucket on him. I think that helped a lot, don't you? So I found this at the thrift store several years ago, and I've shared it with you each year. I just think they're so cute. Those two owls. And I did have Norm spray paint that with a gloss too, because it was very flat. And this one I think is a fairly new thrift. I'm not sure if I got that last year or not. I don't know. I found some pretty fun stuff this year, including this. So I don't know that you've seen this in a thrifting video yet. I've got so many more to do. This was turned around. Maybe you did see it. I don't know. See, I'm so used to looking at the video clips that I don't even know what I've put out. But this was turned around, and I thought it was so cool looking. I could tell it was for a candle on top, that you could set a votive on it. And I picked it off the shelf and was looking at the bottom, and there's nothing you can read, a torn label. So I turned it around and was flabbergasted at the really spooky face on it. So I didn't look up anything until I got home, and sure enough, there's two other styles. There was a set of 3 as far as I can tell, and it does describe when it was made. I just can't remember that right now either. I'll have to look it up again, but I was very lucky to find that, and it might have been $2.99. I forget too what I paid for it, but it was well worth it. Just the coolest. I'm glad it was this one that was in the thrift store and not the other two. I liked this one the best. Of course, orange is my favorite color. The others were probably different colors. So for several years now, I've been enjoying my little ceramic ghost collection. It fits so nice out here on this shadow box. So sorry to show you the same theme out here, but I do try to change things, and I do find new ones. And I've got 2 new ones that are so cute. I splurged on them at the Salvage Sisters in Waite Park, Minnesota. Just a couple days ago, we went there and had a lot of fun, and then we go to 2 thrift stores after that. So I believe this guy upside down is new this year. I think. It's always hard for me to remember, and sometimes I find this stuff so early that it sits in the basement for quite a while, and I just lose track of when I found something. So that is a bell. That is an older thrift. That was an older thrift that goes with one that is standing up on the next shelf up. I don't think you've seen this creepy guy. I believe that's a new thrift. That looks like something from a Disney movie. I'm not familiar, but this is my splurge. 2 babies. I could not believe these at the Salvage Sisters. Yeah, I splurged. They were $5 each, but worth it to me because I have never seen them, and you won't believe how nice the bottom is signed. So that one's holding a little baby. So cute. By Doreen. signed so nicely on the bottom. And let me show you the other one before I talk about the middle stuff. Look at this. Sucking on its thumb. And look at the tush in the mirror. Oh, they were so cute. Norm rolled his eyes, of course. He thought, you're spending $5 on those? Oh, yes. There's the other one that matched the one laying down with the black bow on him, on her. Yeah, so cute. So this is new. I loved it. Not too many I found with mice on them without being broken. So I was very happy to find that. Don't know if you've seen it in a video yet. I don't think you've even seen the 2 trees I found this year, both sitting next to each other. Oh, was I happy. So happy. They were perfect for this collection. Not the other one. The other one, where do I have the other one? Oh, in the dining room. It's taller. Yeah, I think it's bigger. But isn't that fun? Bent like that. Just a hobbyist piece. And I think this is a new one too. Don't know for sure, but I could not believe that. So fun. So I hope it helps make this interesting enough for you. I think this is new too. It is not painted as great. I have one similar in a shiny ceramic. Very similar pose. But I got it anyways because I just thought it was a real deal. And you've seen this cutie, one of my favorites, last year and the year before. But I love it. So that is everything there. And I don't know, did you get a good look at this crazy mask? I'm also wearing some vintage plastic hoop earrings in orange and white. This little leaf just kind of hangs down. Isn't that cute? Norm, I'm talking to Norm trying to get ready for the video, and he says, you look ridiculous in that. The nose doesn't want to stay over in the middle. I'll have to press it. Try pressing it. But those teeth, oh my goodness, that's fun. I could go to the door like this too. I thought I'd give you a close-up of the mask. It's really sweet, just all nylon. I can't remember where I found it nylon except for the felt leaves. Here's the tag, 1987 Hallmark cards. Yep, very fun. Just a nice string to tie behind you. One last thing is I thought it would be fun to show you again my vintage owl purse, probably from the 60s, bejeweled owl. I've had him for decades. I can't even remember for sure if I got him maybe in Minneapolis from a really very fun shop that we purchased a lot of neat things from many years ago at Theater Antiques. And it shows a picture of it on the internet. Not there anymore, but at least the building might be, but not the antique shop. It was so fun to go there. So possibly that's where I got that. Yeah, so that's all there is. I hope you liked the new edition. Oh, I didn't tell you, that simple rack we were very fortunate to find, and 40% off at Hobby Lobby. Thank you for watching today, and I wish you, and Norm wishes you, a very fun and safe Halloween. Okay, bye now. You guys take care, and thank you for all your great support and fun comments. We sure appreciate you.